Not in our city. That is how many people in Edgewood feel about Airbnbs.
Yeah, the city actually might ban them.
The city administrator, in fact, is getting a number of complaints about guests and about one house in particular.
Paula Suro has more on their experiences and this new ordinance. Paula.
Well, guys, the city administrator calls Edgewood a bedroom community. As you can see, this neighborhood I'm at, this road I'm on is relatively quiet. There are no cars parked along the side of the road, and he wants to make sure things stay that way, but some neighbors disagree.
I think it's good for the community.
I would prefer that they wouldn't.
Mixed feelings about Airbnbs in Edgewood.
You know, any kind of business that you could think of would be right next door to you, and then there'd be all traffic and people that you don't know and watching your house. And it's kind of a safety issue.
Among neighbors like Joyce Farrow, who's lived in her Edgewood home for 45 years, and Jeannie Holsing, who's lived here for 3.
Bringing outsiders in brings in different perspectives about the fun you can have here and the things going on in the town, and I think it's wonderful. I think it's a great idea.
At the end of the day, it's City Administrator Brian Dehner who hears from the community about controversial Airbnbs.
We get more and more calls wanting to know if it's allowed, and then we get more and more calls wanting to know, is it allowed because they live there and they see the activity going on and they want to stop it.
He explains some complaints include more traffic, more garbage out on the streets, and people coming and going at different hours of the day. He says one of the current complaints is from neighbors near a home that sleeps 16 people.
Residential houses in Edgewood, even though some of them are very good size, are not meant to have 16 people sleeping in that house, but that could mean 16 separate individuals are coming to that, bringing vehicles to park on the street, the driveways, and all that.
And that's why Dehner hopes City Council passes the ordinance his office is proposing. It would prohibit Airbnb rentals or short-term rentals in the city.
Council could vote yes, they could vote no, and the public could come to our council meetings and give their opinion.
The population of Edgewood is 9,000 people, and there are 3,500 homes. Dehner says not one resident who owns a home in the city has called to say Airbnbs should be allowed.
We want to hear their feedback, and right now their silence is telling us that we're probably going in the right direction.
But he also knows differing opinions exist.
Edgewood is great. Kentucky itself is great, and come on in.
Now, if the ordinance passes and the city finds out that there are Edgewood homeowners renting out their houses as Airbnbs, they could face a penalty. And the city administrator tells me that penalty could be anywhere between $100 to $500 per occurrence. But for now, we're live in Edgewood. Paula Suro, 9 on your side.